a Thog video.
Hi, so to celebrate World Book Day, I thought I would make a video featuring a book. So the book we're going to talk about is The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. It's the first book of the Mistborn trilogy, and in short, it's awesome. The sentence on the front summarises it. What if the Dark Lord won? It's a fantasy book. If you imagine it sort of standard fantasy story, you've got a big bad guy, you've got a team of people, they beat the bad guy, everything's wonderful. This book is set 1,000 years after that. And did the right person win? Because basically now the land is ruled by who's called the Lord Ruler, who became this hero 1,000 years ago, and he's got all kinds of amazing powers, but he kind of rules with an iron fist. The Empire is divided into two classes of people. There's these aristocrats who tend to have special powers, not as powerful as the Lord Ruler, but they have powers where they can basically burn metal. So they might drink some sort of metal, and that might give them the power to be really strong, or to run really fast, or to do all kinds of amazing things. So you've got those guys on one side, and then on the other side you've got Scar, which are essentially sort of peasants, and they're a subclass and not really considered to be the same race as the aristocrats. They're treated as slaves. But there's a Scar thief called Kelsier, known as the Survivor, who he's got his own agenda to kind of mix things up, and you don't really know all the way through the book exactly what his plan is. He's been given this job of basically recruiting an army to overthrow the Lord Ruler, and he gets some people together. He has some of these special powers like the aristocrats. He gets together this team of thieves who also have special powers, but you don't really know what his motive is. Is he trying to overthrow the Lord Ruler? Is he trying to get a better deal for the Scar? Is he just after a load of money? You don't really know, and right until the end. And the book doesn't play out as a stereotypical sort of fantasy hero story would do. You know, this guy is flawed. And that makes him more. It's easier to relate to the hero because he does have these issues. He does do these things that a stereotypical hero wouldn't. He's been hurt badly in the past, and you don't really know. Again, there's mystery behind that. It's rumoured that his wife was a traitor, and basically stabbed him in the back. But is that the case? We don't know for certain. There's a lot of unknowns there, and there's an opportunity for you to gather your own sort of preconceptions, which is brilliant. It is very much, this little team of people sort of planning against the big evil empire, which is always great fun, and the big evil empire is awesome. I mean, for example, one of the key sort of defenders of the empire is this group of people called Inquisitors. And you can kind of imagine these guys are a bit like Darth Vader sort of thing. They've got all these incredible powers. They are all in black. They have these metal spikes through their eyes and in their back and all over in their chest. And they are these sort of unstoppable killing machines that can just do whatever on earth they want. And the rebels have basically got to try and deal with these guys just to get to the Lord Ruler, who's even more powerful than they are. So it's really interesting how the book goes and what strategies they take. And there's, like in any good story, there's areas where you think everything is lost, it's not going to happen, and it doesn't happen quite like you might think. It is the first book of a trilogy, and I've read all three. Once you've read this one, you'll go and get the other two because it is a brilliant, brilliant book. And it's really interesting because it's quite a big book as well. I mean, this book is, what we're looking at, over 600 pages. So it takes a while to get through one of these. And by the time you get into the end of the third one, you kind of think, I can barely believe what was at the start of this. You know, so it's a fabulous book, and I strongly recommend getting it and having a read of it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Why don't you let me know in the comments below what books you like. Maybe you've got a recommendation of a book that I should try. Let me know if you like the video. If you do, maybe we'll make some more of these. Bye!